Ahoy Maties! Welcome to the seas. This is Damron. In this video, we're going to cover all of the new Glitterbeard Journal locations that are scattered throughout Sea of Thieves in a recent update that added these to the Bilge Rat section of your pirate log under the new Legends of the Sea. This was put in by Rare to kind of remember one of their friends and fellow colleagues who had passed away, and honestly, a beautiful tribute. It's very well done. A lot of stories scattered throughout that you can read, but these are all new commendations. And as always, I'm going to show you the most efficient route to get all of these in one get-go. Keep in mind the very final journal that you have to get requires 8 people working together in order to do that. And I'll explain that kind of funnel puzzle at the very end. Of course, everything will be timestamped as well if you're looking for a specific one. So let's go ahead and get this, party started. And we're going to be starting at Golden Sands Outpost. This is where we're going to start. But I do want to mention that the very first journal can be found at any tavern location. It doesn't have to be Golden Sands Outpost. But we're going to start here because we're going to be making our way around the Sea of Thieves in the most efficient way to get all of these commendations done, and you can get all of the new items. So the first one right here to the left, again in any tavern of the door, is my Maiden Voyage. Also, I do want to mention with the first journal, you do not have to read through the entire journal to get these commendations to unlock. As soon as you press A or X or whatever your command is on the journal, it will unlock for you. So, staying on Golden Sands, moving from the outpost, we're going to head back towards the dock. And once you get to the dock, turn to the left and you're going to see 2 rowboats right here in the sand. And to the left of them is a rock with our next journal on it. It never rains. Moving on to our next journal and commendation, we're going to northwest from where we just were to Crescent Isle. And on Crescent Isle, you can see I'm kind of parked right in the middle of the bay of Crescent Isle. And I'm just going to jump into this alcove that's right in the middle of Crescent Isle. You've probably been here before. This is where the Moon Vault is for some of the, some of the Tall Tales and some of the Gold Hoarders missions. But anyway, once you get into this vault area, look to the right hand side, and before you enter the cave, right to the left on a rock is our next journal, Lost and Found. All right, our next journal is going to be northeast from where we were. We're heading up to Sanctuary Outpost. You can see I've just parked my boat right outside of Sanctuary Outpost, and however you want to, let's get ourselves over to the middle of the island, right near where the tavern is. So I'm going to launch over there so you can see the tavern of the outpost right there. And to the left of the tavern, if you make your way around, you're going to see 2 rowboats, one of which is flipped over. Right in between those, in front of a footstool, is our next book. Progressing on north from Sanctuary Outpost to Smugglers Bay. This is a real easy one. We're going to go straight north. Go ahead and pull your boat right up into the bay of Smugglers Bay, right in the middle. And we're just going to hop off, and right in the middle of the bay, in the sand, you're going to see these barrels and a light post sitting right on the beach. And the book is right beside the barrels on the floor for actions and words. Trekking on a decent sail east, we're going to go all the way over to Old Faithful Isle now. And on Old Faithful Isle, you can see I'm on the western side of the island, but that doesn't really matter. I've brightened this up a little bit. It's kind of like night vision because I was here at night and I realized it was really dark. But anyway, I've given you night vision goggles with some kind of visual effects. But nonetheless, you kind of want to head to the top of Old Faithful Isle. So just kind of launch yourself up there. And when you get to the top of Old Faithful Isle, you can walk all the way to the top. You're going to see this kind of dead tree up here. And right next to the tree are going to be a couple barrels as well as a lantern that's laying on the ground. Right to the left of that lantern on a rock is our next journal, Wrecks of the Lost. All right, heading south to Dagger Outpost, which is directly south of Old Faithful Isle. Right here. You've been here many times, I'm sure. But this one is pretty easy. Just go ahead and launch yourself into the middle of the outpost. This one's going to be in the sand, right in front of the Gold Hoarder's tent. You'll see this campfire that I've lit. It's not obviously lit all the time, but right next to the campfire bench, you're going to find this journal laying in the sand. Heading east from Daggertooth Outpost, we're going to make our way to Galleon's Grave Outpost. And this one is very simple. It's going to be right on the dock. So go ahead and head over there. Hop off on the dock. On the left side of the dock are these two barrels. On top of the leftmost barrel is going to be Feathered Friends for our next commendation. All right, so we got a nice trek to make. We're going to head pretty far southeast from Galleon's Grave all the way to Reaper's Hideout. And you can see it's a nice long sail, so enjoy it. And at Reaper's Hideout, we're going to be on the southernmost portion of the main island where there's a southern dock that kind of hangs off the island over here. And if we jump off and you can see, this is on the southern dock right here. There's going to be some open crates on the dock, and right in front of those crates is our next book, An Unexpected Finding. Our next journal is also on the Reaper's Hideout, so we're going to kind of make our way inland a little bit. And as we're kind of speeding this up, you're going to be running past the main building of the Reaper's Hideout where you sell all your loot. As you pass that, you're going to see the next dock on your right. Just after that dock, you're going to see this large rock, and to the left of the rock are these broken fences. So if this is what you see, you know you're at the right rock. Well, just in front of that rock is the book right on the ground. All right, heading southeast from the Reaper's Hideout, we're going to go to Castaway Isle, which is a very small little island. And once you get here, you just kind of hop off and go to the northern part of Castaway Isle, and you're going to see an open crate with some rum bottles. Right beside that open crate is our next book, Flags of Friendship. And again, as I mentioned, you don't have to read all of these if you do not want to. The commendation will unlock as soon as you press A. All right, moving on again, kind of south by southeast, we're heading to Stephen's Spoils, one of the many sea posts in the game where you're going to turn in your Hunter's Call items. But this is kind of the main one, right? This is where Merrick himself is. But on this sea post dock, just go ahead and hop onto the dock, and you're going to find this little footstool here. And right next to one of the dock sea posts, right? That's our next book, Reunion. Directly east of Stephen's Spoils to Crook's Hollow is where we're going to find our next journal. And for this one, we need to launch ourselves to the top of Crook's Hollow, kind of on the southern aspect of the top portion. I didn't really get a good cannon launch. Feel free to get up here however you want to. You can walk, you can shoot yourself, whatever. But once you get to the top southern portion, this is where the cannons are that the skeletons are often shooting your ships. But there's some barrels here, and right next to the ammo crate, the left-hand barrel is going to have our next journal, Fleets of Flame. Progressing on a little bit southwest from Crook's Hollow to Paradise Spring. Again, this is just southwest, so very close by. This is a very small island, and also I've kind of brightened it up a little bit because it was kind of dark. But right in the middle of Paradise Spring is a small pond, and it's got these burning sticks in these plates. On the right-hand side, you're going to see this journal right next to some of those plates. Moving on a little bit southeast to Cutlass Cay, so not too far. You can see we're pretty close to Paradise Spring, so we've moved east to Cutlass Cay. And on this little island, we're going to head to the northern portion of the island. And on the northern portion of Cutlass Cay, you're going to see two barrels right in front of a tree. And just to the left of those barrels on a rock is our next book, shopping, and supplies. Almost directly south, we're heading to Thieves Haven, where we spent many time of ours doing Athena's quests. But on Thieves Haven, on the northeastern aspect of the island itself, is this small little beach on the bottom. And if you jump off here, there's a kind of hut made out of a ship's hull. This is actually a location of one of Wanda's journals, which is right there if you don't have that yet. But also back inside of this little makeshift is our next journal, Easy Come, Easy Go. So heading a little bit west by southwest to our next island, which is Booty Isle, we're going to find our next book. And again, this is a small island, and this is going to be right in the middle of the island. So kind of hop off, get into the middle, and you're looking for these 3 barrels right here. And on the left-hand barrel is our next book, My First Gold. Moving north from Booty Isle all the way to Plunder Outpost, we're going to find our next of the Glitterbeard's journals. And this one is going to be in the sand just to the left of the dock once you get off the dock. So feel free to get here however you want. It's also to the right of the Gold Hoarder's tent. You're going to see this rowboat kind of sticking out of the sand. Just to the right of that rowboat on the ground is the next journal, Soul Searching. Moving on southwest from Plunder Outpost, we're making our way to Shark Bait Cove. So we went southwest, and we're on the southwest outermost ring of Shark Bait Cove. And if you're on the outermost southwest ring, hop off onto the beach, you'll see this painting on the rocks here. To the left of that is Merrick's kind of fishing camp. And you're going to find this journal right next to a small bucket on the ground to the left of this little clothing line, Making Music. Moving north, a little bit northwest from Sharkbait Cove, we're at Discovery Ridge, and you want to go to those little islets that are on the western aspect of Discovery Ridge, where the kind of broken shipwreck is. And if you kind of launch into the, I guess, the inside of that shipwreck, you're going to see this tiny little hut with a clothesline on it. And right in front of that clothesline is our next journal, Head in the Clouds. Moving east by northeast to Plunder Valley for our last 2 journal locations, the first of which you can get by yourself. You're going to be on the western side of Plunder Valley, just underneath that large, eagle statue. If you go to the bottom of the uppermost waterfall, kind of in the water where it's landing, right behind the dock, you're going to find your next journal, Our New Home. Now, the final journal in this tale, The Legend of Glitterbeard, is going to require you to have 8 people that are working together in order to get this. So keep that in mind. And we're still at Plunder Valley, and there's a lot of specific things that you need to do in order to unlock the, his new home, right? Glitterbeard's new home. And it's really beautiful. I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'm going to show you how to do it. We'll skip sort of the cutscene-ish type thing. But what you're looking for is this tree on the uppermost northwest aspect of the island that's got all these bottles hanging from it. And once you find this tree, you know you're in the right place. And again, if you can inspect the tree, also you know you're in the right place. But what you'll see around the tree are a lot of dirt spots. And people have to stand on those dirt spots and play specific instruments at a specific time in order to unlock his new home. So we're going to go over that. And I'll also put it in the comments and the description. But the south is going to be the hurdy-gurdy. All right. And you can see he's standing on the dirt spot. And to the southwest is going to be a drum. And now we're moving to the west, which is going to be a banjo. So swap to your banjo, boy. And then to the northwest is going to be the concertina. To the north is going to be a hurdy-gurdy. We had some skeletons come, I believe, so we had to kill them real quick. But anyway, once you get to the northeast, that's going to be another drum. The east dirt spot is going to be a banjo, and the southeast spot is going to be another concertina. And again, I'll have that in the description and the comments so you can look at that and know exactly what spot. But nonetheless, once you are in these spots, you have to play the Be Calmed shanty between around 10 and 11 p.m. kind of at sunset. And a really cool scene is going to happen. I'm going to skip that, but you're going to have to play music for a while. Don't stop playing. But it's honestly a beautiful tribute. I think you're really going to enjoy it, and I certainly don't want to spoil that for you. But once it kind of completes, behind you, this wall is going to open, and you're going to be able to enter Glitterbeard's new home. It's really cool. A lot of cool things in here that you can kind of explore. But like I said, I will keep in the comments and the description the exact instruments and the exact dirt spot that you need to stand. And again, you need to play the Be Calm shanty in order to unlock this. And it's, you know, a good 30 seconds or so, or maybe even a little bit longer, that you're gonna have to play your music. So don't stop playing. Make sure everybody plays the music the entire time at sunset. But nonetheless, the final journal is on this bench here, the Legend of Glitterbeard, and now you've collected everything. So you'll have the Glitterbeard sails from the first Maiden one that you unlocked, and you'll get the Glitterbeard beard for finding this journal. And then once you found all of them, you will also get the Glitterbeard cannon flare. So this particular journal, you do need to at least read through the whole thing. But I hope you guys found this helpful. Beautiful tribute by Rare. I think it was really well done. That final scene is very cool. It's very touching. I think you'll enjoy it. So I hope you all found this helpful. And as always, hopefully, I'll see you on the seas.